Tyrone Bowman Live. Welcome to the program, everybody. Let's get right down to it. New York Mayor Eric Adams has formally been indicted on federal charges. Count one, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and to receive campaign contributions by foreign nationals. Count two, wire fraud. Count three, solicitation of a contribution by a foreign uh, agent. All right, let's go to the full press conference. Once that's over, I'm going to be bringing my personal commentary to add along with the press conference. So it went down like this in New York City.
Again, count one, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, federal program bribery, and to receive campaign contributions by foreign nationals being the first one. And you've talked quite a bit about that as we're taking a look at Gracie Mansion as the mayor is walking to the podium.
The very first line item in the indictment in 2014, Eric Adams, the defendant, became Brooklyn Borough president. Therefore, for nearly a decade, Adams sought and accepted improper valuable benefits such as luxury international travel, including from wealthy foreign business people and at least one Turkish government official seeking to gain influence over him. By 2018, Adams, who had then been made known his plans to run for mayor of New York City, not only accepted, but then sought illegal campaign contributions to his 2021 campaign. Let's listen from the mayor right now.
First of all, I want to thank you for being here this morning, and I want to thank the supporters of all ethnic groups that I hear, particularly the men and women of the clergy that's here, that have joined me here today. And we are not surprised. We expected this. This is not surprising to us at all. The actions that have unfolded over the last 10 months, the leaks, the commentary, the demonizing, this did not surprise us that we reached this day. And I ask New Yorkers to wait to hear our defense before making any judgments. In about 30 minutes, you're going to hear a story of the case that is in front of us. This story will come from the federal prosecutors. And I ask to wait and hear our side to this narrative. From here, my attorneys will take care of the case so I can take care of the city. My day-to-day will not change. I will continue to do the job for 8.3 million New Yorkers that I was elected to do. And the 300,000 plus employees of our city government will continue to do their jobs, because this is what we do as New Yorkers. It's an insult to the hardworking people of this city that anyone would say that they won't do their jobs while this case proceeds in the background. They are dedicated public servants, and I have been one of them for many years, and they're going to continue to do their job, moving the city forward every day. It's an unfortunate day, and it's a painful day. But inside of all of that, it's a day when we will finally reveal why for 10 months I have gone through this. And I look forward to defending myself and defending the people of this city as I've done throughout my entire professional career.
That's right.
I want to now turn it over to the person who started me on this journey, Reverend Herbert Daughtry.
Is your workers' comp settlement a fair amount for you? Here's the deal. You should never accept the first settlement offer for your workers.
Let me just say this while I'm adjusting my phone here. The hypocrisy and the unmitigated gall I can hear in the background coming from some people, yet Trump surrounds himself with liars, thieves, racists, bigots, Nazis, Proud Boys, the KKK, and I never hear any of the voices of dissent coming from black people at any of Trump's rallies. Isn't it ironic in the midst of a political campaign that New York Mayor Eric Adams is indicted? See, people, you better stay focused on to what is important. Trump wants the focus taken off of him and J.D. Vance with their racist bigotry and misogynistic, homophobic hatred toward people. They want the focus taken off of them when it comes to the black Haitians down in Springfield, Ohio. They want the focus taken off of them when it comes to their rhetoric. But you know what? At Tyrone Bowman Live, I am going to keep the focus where it's supposed to belong. I'll cover the news as it unfolds, but at the same time, I'm going to make sure that black people are well informed about what Trump and Vance are attempting to do. They're attempting to steal the election. They're attempting to divert people's attention away from what's important. Now let's go back to the full press conference of New York Mayor Eric Adams. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. You our mayor, and will be the time come, still will be our mayor. All the supporters, irrespective of what people said, he's still our mayor. As he has indicated, we started on a journey a long time ago. I encouraged him to join the police department. He did, and you know the rest of the story. So, you know, Mr. Mayor, Eric, it's one more battle we have to fight. That's right. There's one more battle we have to fight. And we're not about to quit. We're not about to give up. That's right. You'll be there. You'll be there to the end. God bless you. God be with you. We're going to win this fight.
And two, if we get an umbrella, put it on the device so the water won't get inside there, Robbie. Hold on one moment. Hold on. You know we don't do this calling out stuff at my press conferences. When we finish speaking, we will respond to a few questions. We just want to cover that. Are you good, Robbie? I affectionately call her Mother Dukes, has been a head of the NAACP and just a leader that has mentored me throughout my entire journey. I want to now come call up Mother Hazel Dukes.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Hazel Dukes. I live in Harlem. I'm 90. Would you be quiet? Would you shut up? I'm 92 years of age. Yes, yes. I've known this young man for over 40 years. I come with a heavy heart today, yes, but my head is not unbowed. All right. He's going to have his day in court, yes, and we're going to stand by him. Yes, we came this morning to pray for him. Yes. Because prayer changed things. Yes, yes. I am asking all New Yorkers, yes, to hear his side, yes, to let him have a day in court. Let him have his day in court, amen, and then we can make our decisions. Amen. But we are not here today to criticize the federal government where you might be, but shush. That's all you do. That's all you brought here to criticize. Yeah. We are going to be here. We're going gonna be here.
Sorry, Mother, too. Hey, brother, this is a 92-year-old elder. Show us some respect. A 92-year-old elder.
She stands next to you. She stands next to Carlo. As the NAACP, as the 501c3, you should not be standing for a political candidate. Stop that. You are always in favor. You are always in favor of the power.
Don't respond to them. We are calling on all New Yorkers to listen carefully, not to the loudmouths, but listen to facts and figures. His lawyers will go and do our work for us, and we will stand with this mayor. Right.
We want to now bring one of our amazing bishops of forward now. Bishop.
You're an embarrassment to black people. You're an embarrassment to black people.
We are admonished to be angry and sin not. We can have our anger and we move forward. 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 None of us. None of us have ever done anything in our lives that we've asked forgiveness for and it was not granted. We live in a society where if we do something, there is a due process for all of us. There's a process that starts, it has a middle, and it has an end. And none of us has the right to preempt that process. If I have an accident, I have to report it to my insurance, and they fight it out, and then a verdict is announced. We cannot prejudge any situation in fear that we might prejudge it inappropriately. And the same justice that we want for ourselves, we want for our mayor. That's right. If I confess, I know there is a God that says he's faithful and just to forgive me of my sin and to cleanse me from everything that is unrighteous. Until the verdict is announced, we stand. We are not people who have a yellow strip down our back, and neither are we intimidated by loud voices. Whatever the truth is, the truth will prevail.
Good morning, my fellow New Yorkers. Good morning. My fellow New Yorkers, I wanted to let you know, Mayor Eric Adams, whom you know for 62 years, who served you in the 80s and 90s, when New York was facing the worst time in its history, is the same mayor that's standing right here, is the same mayor that will stand tomorrow, and is the same mayor that will be reelected. 62 years will not be replaced by 5 indictments that will be fought and will be exonerated. Give him a chance. Give him a chance and hear his side of the story. We know him and we should give him a chance. Thank you and God bless you.
Come on, my girl. Where the real war is. Jackie Roy Adams.
Good morning, everybody. I stand here today with my this. Maybe my kids wouldn't be dead today. If they kept these kids that's 11 years old and 10 and they had stop and frisk, maybe the kids wouldn't be dead today. So I stand with Eric Adams, and I'm going to stand with him, and he ain't going nowhere. You are.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm just here to say that Mayor Adams has stood with us, and we're here now as the United Clergy Coalition to say we will stand with him. First of all, everybody deserves due process. Just because an indictment come against you, it does not mean that you are guilty. Let the process go out like every American citizen has the right to do. If you don't like him, don't vote for him, but he's not resigning, he's not quitting, and we stand behind him and say the community's behind him, and we want him reelected. Go talk to Donald Trump with 34 counts, and you ain't protesting nowhere. That burns me up.
How are you? Good to see you. Yeah.
Very first time you actually read this 57-page indictment. It's the first time you actually saw the allegations against you. And in reference to your statement last night with regard to speaking out about the migrant crisis, exactly who in the federal government, White House, did you say is targeting you for speaking out? We're talking about the Biden administration, or we're talking about Homeland Security? So who are we talking about specifically with regard to that, and the first time you actually read this indictment today?
I think that your second question, I think you need to ask the federal prosecutors who gave the directive and the orders. I don't know. We should ask them who gave the directive and orders that we're going to take on and create this group of lies. They have the answer to that question. When it comes down to read it, I peruse through it to get the top lines. The attorneys are going to dig into the crevices of it, but it is clear. Everyone that knows me knows I follow campaign rules and I follow the law. That is how I lived my life, and I don't see coming into the 60s and my age to all of a sudden change what I've done all the time. I follow the law and I follow the campaign rules.
Thank you. After a couple of weeks, some like 4 or 5 people from your staff have resigned. And after today, don't you feel afraid that more people is going to keep resigning and you're going to have some problems dealing with the team?
No, listen,
Let me just interject this right here, and then we'll go back to Mayor Adams' press conference. Why aren't these same people demanding that Donald Trump drop out of the presidential race? When Trump was indicted, the Republicans still nominate him, even while he was indicted, as their candidate to become president. After he was convicted on 34 felony counts, they still said, we want him as our candidate. These same people who are out there, they don't protest Trump against racism and bigotry. They don't challenge him when it comes to the things that he consistently says in a negative way and in a negative light, because they're too afraid. Now, all of a sudden, because you have a black mayor who has been indicted, he hasn't been found guilty of anything, you are demanding him to resign. Why should he resign? He should not have to resign. It's an indictment. The charges are alleged. Just like with Sean Diddy Combs, the charges are alleged. He hasn't been convicted of anything. Trump has been convicted, on the other hand, and he is still allowed to roam free throughout this nation and parade and lie and cheat and steal and do everything that he's consistently done. And yet there's a marginalized group of people, they don't care what he says and what he does, they want him to be president. Mayor Adams should not resign. He has every right to run for re-election the same way that the white man is running for the presidency of the United States of America. Get it right and get it straight. This is why there's Tyrone Bowman live, uncompromised, unfiltered, and unapologetic. If you're not going to stand up to Trump and hold him to the same standards, then don't stand up to the black mayor of New York City and demand what the white man won't do. It's just that simple. Adams should not have to resign. He is not stupid. He knows this system very well. And now I'm inclined to believe that this is politically motivated. Let's get back to the press conference.
I think that people fail to properly realize that we have over 300,000 dedicated employees. Over 300,000. Those who decided to transition to do some more things with their lives, many of them told me ahead of time they were going to do that. But we have an amazing, credible team of dedicated New Yorkers, and they're going to continue to do that. I think that's what's going to surprise everyone. 10 months ago, when my phones were removed, like today it was about my phones. Same thing that happened 10 months ago. Today was about my phones. Let's get clear on that. When they removed my phones 10 months ago, people said that all of a sudden the city was going to collapse. It was not going to move forward. Look what has happened over 10 months. Over 10 months, more jobs in the city history, more small businesses open, decreasing crime. You're seeing over and over again success over and over again. So we're going to continue to prosper. We're going to continue to move forward, and we're looking forward to that in the city. Yes. How are you doing? Yes. Well, listen, I think that when you do an analysis, and all of you have covered this, it is a felony to release a grand jury communications. That's a felony. So you can't break the law to enforce the law. And when you look at the drip of information, when you look at our cooperation, our attempts to sit down and cooperate, when you look at what has taken place, there's been a narrative of giving the appearance that there was something improper that's done and it was just wrong. No, well, I think we should ask again, as I stated earlier. We should ask those who are conducting this investigation. We should ask them who gave the directive to carry out what we have witnessed over the last 10 months. Over the last 10 months, you knew information before my attorneys knew information. Over the last 10 months, you reported that there was an indictment before my attorneys knew that there was an indictment. Over the last 10 months, this has happened over and over again, and this is not how our system of justice should operate.
You support law enforcement. You support the feds.
Yes. Go ahead, sir. Yes.
Mayor, the indictment has been unsealed. Now we know the federal government is looking into your campaign and support influences into your campaign when you decide to be mayor.
Yes.
So you have suggested publicly that now you are a target of the federal government because of sticking with New York. Meaning maybe that you're talking about the migrants. Can you clarify that point?
I think I did. I think we should ask the federal investigators and prosecutors who gave the directive to take the actions that we are witnessing right now. I have ran many campaigns. I have been part of many campaigns. And the scrutiny of those campaigns always revealed the same thing. I follow the rules. I follow the law. I do not do anything that's going to participate in illegal campaign activity. And I will not do that. And I've instructed, not only in writing, but in verbal conversation to the team, we do not participate in straw donors. We do not participate in foreign donors. We know what those rules are, and we comply with those rules. And I think that my attorneys are going to reveal that as we move forward.
Mayor, who is your point person dealing with major city businesses? You deal with this. That's number one. And number two, is there any circumstance by which you would
No, listen, I'm here. I was elected by the people of this city, over 700,000 strong. Absolutely. And this is a city that is extremely resilient. This is a city we have gone through some difficult and hard times, and we're going to continue to move forward as a city. And that's what that's shown. I think the narrative here that's missing, 10 months ago when my phones were removed, we have not gone backwards. We have not stood still. We showed how we operate during difficult times. And when you say who's the point person that's going to deal with business communities, who's going to deal with the business of running the city, the point person is Eric Adams. I'm the mayor of the city of New York. And I have a competent team, of deputy mayors, a competent team of people who are going to continue to lead forward. And we're excited about that. Okay, go ahead, Katie. Yeah.
Say this is retaliation for speaking out against the migrant crisis, but according to the indictment, it dates back to your 2021 campaign in name of co-conspirator. You said you deleted messages from. I mean, the allegations seem to go on what we've been reporting for at least a year, almost a year. What do you say to that? I mean, you said you traveled to these countries, and you deny that you took any kickbacks from these countries, you deny that you intervened on behalf of. What is your question?
Yeah, what is your question? Get to the point.
Listen, my legal team, thank you.
Turn your phone up.
My legal team is going to peruse the entire indictment. We got it today when it was released. The news media received information before we did, as they have been receiving for the last 10 months. It appears as though the goal is to try this case publicly and not in the criminal justice system that's in place. And so based on what I read, it's clear that if it's campaign violations, I know I don't violate the campaigns.
Right.
If it's foreign donors, I know I don't take money from foreign donors. And I verbalize that to the team, both in writing and both in communication. And we will continue to do that. And we look forward for the legal team to handle this as I handle the city of New York and continue the success that we've witnessed in the last 2 years and 9 months as the mayor of the city of New York. Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. That's the full press conference of now indicted New York Mayor Eric Adams. I want to take a few moments and say thank you to the new subscribers to Tyrone Bowman Live. Appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the journey. And in closing, I'm going to put it this way. Just because an individual is indicted, that does not mean that they're guilty of anything. And I'm going to say this very clearly. If Trump can continue to run a vicious, bigoted, racist, nasty campaign after he has been convicted, New York Mayor Eric Adams can still remain the mayor while he is going through this legal process. You're not going to have a two-tier judicial system, one for black people and one for white people. No one demanded Trump to drop out of the race. No one came to Trump's trial, especially black people, and protested him. No one interrupted him during all his silly press conferences and campaigns. Then why not Eric Adams be afforded the same type of opportunity? After all, he has a constitutional right to seek counsel, and I'm quite sure he probably has some of the best counsel minds available. So I'm gonna leave it right here. I'll keep you updated as the story unfolds. Never surrender, never quit.